into the wall. Down at turn 16, straight to the Tech Pro barrier. That's a big crash. Red flag straight out here. Let's have a look, see what happens. He's already in trouble there, isn't he?
Wow.
So I don't know if he had a problem there. He had a big snap of oversteer going through. Looks okay.
Hi everyone,
Let's have a look.
Race Control speaking. We have a car at the run for turn 17. Please pick up the speed. You can increase your speed. Just obey the flags at turn 17.
Checkered flag is now out, so this will be the final flying lap for these drivers. De Grassi improves and goes to the top of the pile by 9,000ths of a second. What a lap time from Lucas de Grassi. The Lola Yamaha app team absolutely delighted with that one. There's a double yellow at turn 12 though that's just come out, and it's Nico Muller we can see on our driver tracker here in the commentary box. Checkered flag is now out, so any drivers that are in the final sector should be okay for an improvement, including Dan Ticktum, who goes up into third quickest. And this is a super slow-mo. He clatters over the curb. Is he going to hit the wall on the outside?
Yes, he is. Well predicted, Tom.
Verline, Mortara, Ticktum and Acosta are the four drivers that will go through into the quarterfinals. Quarterfinal one then, Oliver Rowland versus Norman Nato. This is going to be an exciting one. Rowland's got it all caught up as he comes through the final sector. A bit wide though through the penultimate turn there. That might cost him.
Very messy in turn 17. That could cost him quite a lot, although it looks like Nato's made a big mistake in the middle sector of the lap.
Big curve on the right-hand side. Centre car wide. Yeah, straight to the scene of the accident, isn't it? Oof.
Yeah, that's a fairly big impact.
So over to quarterfinal two. Jean-Eric Verne versus Lucas de Grassi. He's going to take the checkered flag with a 1 minute 12, 6.81. So not quite the quickest time that we've seen so far in the session. De Grassi's pulled it back though in the second sector, and there were just 45,000ths of a second separating them as they come to the timing line. Who's going to get this one then? Verne versus de Grassi, and by less than a tenth of a second, it is Jean-Eric Verne that goes forwards and into the semi-finals. Quarterfinal three, Dan Ticktum in the Cupra Kiro versus Edo Mortara in the Mahindra. Ticktum on an absolute flyer, comes to the timing line, a 1 minute 12.1. That is absolutely phenomenal from Dan Ticktum. Edo Mortara, unless, well, he manages to cut a corner, I don't think he's going to be able to beat that lap time set by Dan Ticktum. Through the final chicane we go, and Mortara, unfortunately, his challenge in qualifying will come to an end in the quarterfinals in the Mahindra. Quarterfinal four then, Antonio Felix da Costa versus Pascal Wehrlein. I don't think this is going to be a lap time to light up the timing screens here for the Portuguese driver. Let's see what he can do as he comes to the timing line. A 1 minute 12.9. That's nearly a second slower than we saw from Dan Ticktum a few moments ago. Wehrlein again increasing that advantage up to 0.6 of a second as he exits the final corner, blasts to the line and goes 0.6 of a second faster than his teammate to go through. In the semi-finals, we have Verne and Rowland going head-to-head, and then Wehrlein versus Ticktum. So Verne versus Rowland then, DS Penske versus Nissan. Verne comes to the timing line, near enough identical for him in terms of the quarterfinals and semi-finals times. Another 1 minute 12, 6.02 for Jean-Eric Verne, and the advantage very firmly with Oliver Rowland as he powers to the timing line. A 1:12 flat, that's an absolutely phenomenal time from Oliver Rowland. So then, semi-final two, Pascal Wehrlein versus Dan Ticktum. Tag Heuer Porsche versus Cupra Kiro Porsche.
This is a big moment here, coming into 16, almost neck and neck.
Yeah, this is going to be mightily close between them. We come down in towards turn 17, then it's nice from Ticktum. Tighter on the apex compared to Pascal Wehrlein. Out of the final corner we go, though. Is it Ticktum versus Wehrlein? It's Dan Ticktum. He out-qualifies Pascal Wehrlein. We now have a final between Oliver Rowland and Dan Ticktum. Rowland seeking pole position here this season, and Ticktum seeking his first ever pole position in Formula E.
Yeah, beautifully launched out the final corner there. Sacrificed 17 to make sure he had a good exit of 18. Looks very precise through turn 1 and turn 2. Turn 3 also. It's looking very nice. Will he hit his apexes? Yes. Good rotation in turn 4 and super close again for that second apex. He comes through 5 and goes into turn 6.
Completely in the zone, isn't he, Dan Ticktum? What about Oliver Rowland? What can he respond with through the first couple of corners? His car looking a little bit more on the ragged edge here through the first couple.
He's fighting the car there through turn 2 and 3 and a little bit wider on the entry into turn 4 as well.
So Ticktum through the first sector, 29.5. That is an absolute stonker in the first part of the lap. What can Oliver Rowland do in response as Ticktum threads the eye of a needle through turns 10 and 11?
That looks amazing from Dan Tickton. With the amount of speed he carried through that chicane, we haven't seen anyone going that fast. And a huge moment there for Oliver Rowland in turn 9, almost in the wall on the exit.
So close to it. If he wasn't in the wall, he must have just grazed it. Harries it through the chicane, does Rowland. He was a tenth and a half down.
No.
Tickton stopped, though.
No.
He's slowing down. What's gone wrong for Dan
Touch the
Tickton?
wall, I guess.
Oliver Rowland is going to be gifted pole position here in Tokyo. It's 2 for 2 from Nissan then, and it's pole position in round 9 on Sunday for Oliver Rowland here in Tokyo.
Oh, big impact there on the exit of turn 15. He's just taken a little bit too much speed into the corner.